Welcome back, and it is now time to go to TNA and Ring of Honor for this week, starting with TNA, and their not big, but their pay-per-view coming up on January the 11th, talking about Genesis, coming to you from Charlotte, North Carolina, and can be seen exclusively on pay-per-view. Now, a couple of matches have been announced. Mick Foley will make his return in the ring in a six-man tag match, teaming up with AJ Styles and Brother Devon to take on Booker T, Kevin Nash, and Scott Steiner. Sting defends the TNA World Heavyweight title against Rhino. Kurt Angle will go one-on-one with Jeff Jarrett. The TNA Knockout title will be on the line, this time in a lumberjack match, as Awesome Kong defends the women's title against Christy Hemme. Of course, the TNA Knockouts will be surrounding the ring. And the finals of the X Division title tournament will happen. Chris Sabin is already in the finals. Who will join him in the finals? Will it be Eric Young or Alex Shelley? Next week, we'll have the answer for you. Now then, let's get in the Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor had a big weekend last week, and it was a successful weekend. Starting off with All-Star Extravaganza 4 at the ECW Arena the day after Christmas. A couple of pre-show matches, Ernie Osiris and Bobby Shields defeated Sugarfoot Alex Payne and one of the Ninjas. And Grizzly Redwood defeated, another Ninja. Kenny Omega defeated Rhett Titus, Chris Hero defeated Eric Stevens, Kensuke Sasaki and Katsuhiko Nakajima defeated Roderick Strong and Brent Albright, Takeshi Morishima defeated Go Shiozaki, the Briscoe brothers won a triangle elimination match beating the American Wolves of Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards and the team of Claudio Castagnoli and Nigel McGuinness. Naomichi Marufuji defeated Austin Aries, Jimmy Jacobs, Tyler Black, and Delirious defeated Kevin Steen, El Generico, and the Necro Butcher. And in the main event, Bryan Danielson defeated Jerry Lynn. Now, the next night, the 27th, was Final Battle 2008. Here are the results. Kenny Omega defeated Claudio Castagnoli. Jerry Lynn defeated Chris Hero, Rhett Titus, and the Necro Butcher in a four-corner survival match. Kevin Steen and El Generico successfully defended the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles, beating Jimmy Jacobs and Delirious. Brent Albright, Roderick Strong, and Eric Stevens defeated Davey Richards, Eddie Edwards, and Go Shiozaki in a street fight. The Briscoe brothers defeated Kensuke Sasaki and Katsuhiko Nakajima. Now, after that match, the American Wolves, Davey Richards, and Eddie Edwards attacked the Briscoes. They apparently hurt the knee of Mark Briscoe. He's going to be out of action for a while. Now, after the attack happened, Brent Albright, he came in and he talked to Kerry Silkin, the owner of ROH, and explained to him why the steel cage match needs to happen. And Kerry gave them the match. It will be January 31st in Chicago, a steel cage match. I'll talk about that next week on the show. Austin Aries defeated Tyler Black to become the #1 contender to the Ring of Honor World title. And then a very interesting event happens. First off, Jimmy Jacobs attacks Tyler Black after the match. Aries comes out and hits Tyler with the chair. Now, after that, there was an altercation between a fan and Austin Aries. Apparently, Aries punched the fan in the face. Security had to come out. Paul Turner came out and took him away. Now, this was written by somebody on the Ring of Honor message board concerning the situation. Quote, as Aries is walking up the ramp, heeling it up, the fan gave him a chop. Aries got right in the fan's face and yelled at him, at which point the fan shoved Aries. Aries responded with a few punches. The fan's friend began to freak out and was also grabbed by security. The rest is basically what it says in the main post. Now, I will put my opinion on that in a minute. Nigel McGuinness defeated Naomichi Marufuji to stay the Ring of Honor World Champ. Nigel, the only man in Ring of Honor history to go the full calendar year as Ring of Honor World Champ. And you see why he won the Buford for the Wrestler of the Year. And in the main event, Bryan Danielson defeated Takeshi Morishima in a fight without honor. It ended when Danielson hit Morishima 20 times with the elbow with a chain wrapped around it. Now then, real quick before I get to the shows coming up. You know, this is my opinion. As a fan, there are things that fans have the right to and do not have the right to. One of the things that the fans, in my opinion, it doesn't matter what promotion you support, you never, ever go out and attack a wrestler. It's almost an unwritten rule where once you go out of the barricades, you're in the wrestler's territory. You're in trouble, not the wrestler. In this situation, the fan stayed in the barricade, stayed in the crowd, and he just picked the wrong day. He just did the wrong thing. Now, apparently, this guy has put up pictures of him, with his eye all closed up. I think it's a bunch of BS. But I actually support the company in this situation because it's the fan who touched Aries first, and then, all hell broke loose. But to me, the fan should not have done that. You put yourself in a position like that. Sometimes the fans really don't think. They really don't. Okay, now to the upcoming Ring of Honor show starting 2 weeks from tonight. The first show of 2009, Manassas, Virginia. Non-title match, Nigel McGuinness against Tyler Black. A tag team match. Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards, the American Wolves, will face Jay Briscoe and a mystery partner. The Necro Butcher will face Delirious, and in tag action, Brent Albright and Eric Stevens will face Damian Wayne and Chris Escobar, plus Bryan Danielson, Jerry Lynn, Jimmy Jacobs, Roderick Strong, and Sean Denny. The next night, they are in Edison, New Jersey. Bryan Danielson will face Jerry Lynn, the rematch from All-Star Extravaganza 4. Tyler Black will face Jimmy Jacobs, and Jay Briscoe will face Chris Escobar, plus Nigel McGuinness, Tyler Black, Delirious, the American Wolves, Roderick Strong, Brent Albright, Eric Stevens, Damian Wayne, and Sean Denny. That does it for TNA and Ring of Honor for this week. The Indies are next.